I want to help you have a great vacation and not get scammed when you go pick up your car in Costa Rica. It shouldn't be that hard to rent a car. I don't understand why in Costa Rica this is allowed and continues to happen out there. I've traveled all over the world and I have never experienced something like I could have in Costa Rica. So I went in March 2021. I started to go on the forums and TripAdvisor to find out, is there any issues renting a car out there? Well, I saw one after another negative reviews on people's bad experiences about getting scammed when they go pick up their car with the added insurance. So what you have to have in Costa Rica, and there's no way around it, no matter where you're coming from or whatever kind of insurance you have to buy their mandatory liability coverage. That is a must, okay? So you're gonna have your base rate for the car plus the mandatory coverage for your insurance. What you do not need, if you have a good credit card that has primary rent-a-car coverage, which most of them do, is the additional car coverage, insurance coverage. You don't need that. And what a lot of these companies are doing is when you get to their office, after most people usually book a rent-a-car online through one of the big party sites, and a lot of people even buy the additional coverage on there, which you're completely wasting your money from what I understand with these companies, because they'll tell you, well, you didn't buy it from us, so we're not going to honor it. Normally, when you have a good credit card anywhere else in the world, you would just print out a piece of paper showing what kind of coverage this card comes with, and you present it to the person you're booking your car with, and you don't have to have it. But the shady companies in Costa Rica, and I'm talking like I think I read like 80% of these companies are doing this, big name companies that you think you would trust in America or anywhere else in the world to not do this are doing this down there. What they do is they tell you, in order to rent their cars, you have to buy the additional coverage, regardless of what credit card you're using. It doesn't matter if you present that piece of paper to them, they will tell you, no, you have to buy our coverage, or we're not gonna rent you the car. So what do you do at that point, right? I mean, you're standing there with your family or whatever, with all your luggage, they know it. Are you going to leave and say, okay, forget it, I'll go get a car somewhere else? In Costa Rica, when it's busy, it's hard to get a car, and it's even harder to get a 4x4, and they know this. And you're going to stand on the street outside and try to find another company that's not going to do this to you when you go over there, and the rate's not going to be the same because you're booking last minute. So the rate's going to be a lot higher, and they know it. So they know you're going to end up paying their fee that they're going to charge you, which is sometimes double, 3 times the amount that you thought it was going to be. So out of all my research, I found a company that I'm sure you all have heard of, which is called Six Rent-A-Car. They're all over the world. They're newer to Costa Rica, which I liked because they have newer cars. And we flew into the Liberia airport. So 2 weeks beforehand, I called the location directly, and I spoke with the manager. His name was Paul, and I voiced my concern about the insurance, and he said not a problem here at all. I told him I wanted to use my American Express card. Do I need to bring the paperwork in when I rent the car? He said, nope, we don't require that here. Go ahead and give me your credit card number and you will not have an issue with the additional coverage. So I ended up booking with him directly. There was another one I was comparing to, which was Adobe, but Adobe was like $150 more than what I was gonna get at the Six Rent-A-Car with Paul. And also Paul gave me an upgrade, which I thought was super cool. So I ended up with a 4x4 for 10 days. The amount was, I think, about $550, and with Adobe, it was gonna be almost $700. There are, from what I understand, there's a few more companies that are legit. You know, I don't know which ones they are because I stopped doing research after this point. It was already enough just to get to this. You know, there's not a lot of videos on YouTube that just really clearly, you know, tell you exactly and explain exactly what the deal is here. So I hope this helps. I also want to make sure that you understand this, and this is very important. When you get your car, go out there, and it doesn't matter how long this takes. You need to go over that, comb that car over really closely. Look at every little part of that car. Every little nick, scratch, dent, you have to put down on the piece of paper. Because when you return that car, if it's not noted on that paper, you're going to be paying for that. I was really surprised, we were surprised, because the car that we got was only a few months old, but you should have seen the way this thing looked. I mean, it was scratched up, there were dings. I don't know what these people are doing with these cars out there. I mean, I guess they're going off-roading and taking them into the jungle and banging up on the trees, but you know, if you got to really pay attention to this. Otherwise, you're going to be paying for that when you go dropping the car off. We took the car back to San Jose, dropped it off. She looked it over and we were done, signed off on it, and shuttled us back over to the airport. So I hope this helps clear up the issue with renting a car out there. I will always use Sixt from now on when I go back there because it was just so easy, and it was like renting a car anywhere else in the world, which it should be out there, and I really hope this changes soon. So leave a comment below, share your experience with others so that they can understand what's going on out there. All right,